Hello and welcome back to Hard Reset Info. In this video, I will show you how you can change the DPI settings on the REALME 11 Pro Plus. Let's begin! Okay, there are two main ways of doing that, the safe one and the unsafe one, but let's start with the safe one. First, you want to head into your settings, then scroll down a little bit, enter display and brightness, and here we have font and display size. Now I know that we probably want to focus on size because this is what DPI really means, but note that if we increase our font size, we are also going to increase some labels. We can technically also increase the font weight, but we don't really have to. So now, technically, we only increase the font. No, actually we didn't. Let's go hit apply. And now everything is much larger, including, for example, some labels. So technically, even changing the font itself also changes the display size, but that's kind of cheating. So let's go into display size, and you will notice that we only have three choices. We can go with the standard, which is the default one. We can go into the large, which will enlarge everything. As you can see, it's pretty noticeable, but even more noticeable is the small version, which is going to make everything really small. But the only three amounts of customization is pretty bad. Of course, you can pair it with font size to almost fully customize the display size, but there's a lot left to be desired. So what we can do? Well, we can be a very epic hacker and we can begin our work inside developer mode. But first, we actually need to access our developer mode. Luckily, we can easily do that by heading to About Device, scrolling down a little, entering version, and here at the top we have version number. What you want to do is you want to simply click this a couple of times. Now we have to input our pattern to confirm that we are indeed we. And congratulations, you have now become a developer. Nice. You can now leave this. You can go into System and Update, and in here we should see developer options. And this wasn't really seen before. And in here there are many different options that will, well, maybe not ruin your phone, but they will definitely change very big amount of things. But we want to scroll down and we want to look at the section called drawing. So we have input and here we have drawing. And of course we are interested in smallest width. As you can see, currently it is being set to 360. I believe that the smallest possible number is 220. So it did work. As you can see, here we have our smallest width. We can try to lower it down even further, but I don't think this will do anything. Nope, the lowest is 320. So technically this is the largest amounts you can actually have, and technically you can try to pare it down with the font size and display settings that we have seen before. But what really gets funny is when we try to increase that number. So as you can see, 160 was the default one. I will try to set it up once again. This is the default size. Let's increase it by 100. So let's go and change it to 460. And as you can see, this is almost how the small display setting look like. And the cool thing is you can literally input anything here. I have never tried inputting anything higher than like 800. So for example, 700 would look like this. So as you can see, it is pretty big. We even begin to have like this bars on the left. Now if we will just leave, you will see that technically everything is going fine, but then you try to, for example, use our Google, and this basically looks like a PC version because of how big it is. And don't get me even started on the settings. Like, this is how settings looks now. We can almost fit entire settings on one screen. That's almost crazy. And the reason I said this was not save option is because it's incredibly easy to just overdo it. So now, even right now, I have troubles with actually navigating here. And think about, for example, setting it up to 900. I will try to do it. But this, I wouldn't advise you doing that. It's very, very dangerous, because if it's way too small, then you might have troubles with actually clicking the things. But you'll notice that it automatically went to 899. So if you keep going, you might have troubles with actually clicking stuff, or even I missed now. Even look like how small my keyboard is. And also go once again into our home screen. This basically looks like a PC nowadays. Like, it's crazy. So be extra careful with how you're going to use this feature. I will set it back to 360. Save. Oh, nice. And yeah, that's all for this video. Once again, you can have fun with the setting, but just be careful about setting a way too high number, because if it's way too small, then you might be not able to change it once at all, and you will have to perform a factory reset to be able to use your phone again. Pretty not fortunate. But anyway, that's all for this video. If you found it useful, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching.